Attention painting contractors, the single fastest way to increase your income and eliminate daily stress is implementing proven painting business systems that drive profits and crush problems. Most painters are working harder than ever to earn less money in an unforgiving economy where good leads and labor are scarce, yet cheap competition abounds. Since the first painters were hired to paint the pyramids, there have been problems. And 3,000 years from now, I assume they will remain. Fortunately for you, the problems are neither new, novel, or unknown. Luckily, neither are the solutions to these problems. First, let's look at the basic business problems most painters face. Time-consuming and inaccurate estimating methods. With painters, there are three popular yet problematic methods for pricing painting projects. The WAG method. This stands for wild ass guess and is likely the most common method used. A painter cocks his head to the left, scribbles some notes, and pulls a number out of the air based upon experience. This number of days is then multiplied by some arbitrary amount and a price is determined. Square footage pricing. This is a method popularized by general contractors who want to keep painters in the dark about the real costs of painting a project. While a painter paints the walls, ceiling, trim, doors, and windows, GCs have fooled them into measuring the one thing they rarely paint, the floor. It would be like a carpet installer measuring the walls to quote carpet installation. Unit pricing. One day in 1994, in a paint store or on a blog post, someone posts they charge, quote, $150 per square foot of wall, end quote, for one coat of prep and paint. Or maybe this is the pricing method of a painting company you worked for at some point in the past. Without verifying if the number is accurately related to the labor or material cost and markup, the price is arbitrarily adopted by the company. None of these methods are accurate. Some are not trainable or reproducible if you hire an estimator. They produce massive variance. One project, you make a killing because you overpriced yourself. The next two projects, you lose money. And even worse, these methods don't lead to signing jobs, which means you'll be wasting time in giving prices instead of completing projects. Projects are over budget and cause complaints. The only thing worse than competing against cheap painters is trying to sell your services when you aren't confident you'll make money or keep clients happy with the painters you have. It's like walking on eggshells every day, wondering when the next financial catastrophe will strike, when the next bad review will crop up online, ruining your reputation. When you can't bring projects in profitably, you will go broke. And there are a lot easier ways to go broke without working your tail off, like camping, fishing, or just sitting at home. Sourcing materials affordably. How many times has your paint store raised your prices in the last 3 years? 3, 6, or even 12 times? That's what I've heard, and it's sad. While the painting corporations are raking in billions on the backs of painters, you struggle to meet your financial obligations for your family. Without being able to manage your material costs, both through better negotiation and project management, you can't predictably make the money you deserve. Losing jobs to chuck in a truck. Have you noticed your closing rates have dropped lately? Are you losing jobs as your clients say, "We found someone to do it cheaper"? The sizes of your projects have gotten smaller and many clients are, quote, waiting until next year to start their jobs. Yet when you drive past their house, other painters are doing the work. As the economy continues to struggle, the old methods of selling painting services simply aren't working. You're seriously thinking about dropping your prices, if you haven't already. But there's a problem. You can never be cheaper than Chuck in a truck because he's not making any money at all, but he simply doesn't know it. Your standard pet the dog and email a PDF sales system simply isn't producing the results it used to in today's economy. But why, and what should you do about it? Can't find good painters. Years ago, before the recession and the so-called pandemic, you could ask around at the paint store, post on Craigslist, and have several qualified applicants line up at your door for an interview. Today, you can spend a small fortune advertising online, and the applicants are few and far between. Further, the few that apply are unqualified and unskilled. Of those who do agree to an interview, many don't show up. When you can't increase your labor force, it means it's hard to go after new work or even get the jobs you have booked completed on time. Each day descends into chaos. When you finally have a day to get something done, do you find your phone and email blow up with problems? A painter is 1 gallon shy and he needs you to go to the paint store. A customer complains your crew left a project without painting a bedroom that's written in the quote, and there was a huge paint mess and a pressure washer left in the backyard. You spend your entire day putting out fires and babysitting. Is this the newfound freedom you dreamed of that your painting business would create? Or is this a nightmare? Flying blind financially. Working very hard does not always equate to making lots of money in painting. You can get up early, work late, and miss out on watching your kids or grandkids grow up, yet still have nothing to show for it, even after decades. Most painters cannot tell you how much they made in income last year, how much money they made on their last 10 projects, their closing rates, average job size, or how many past clients they have. Basically, they work themselves to death, watch their bank accounts, and hope the money piles up. But it doesn't. For many in this business, and their bank account is simply a pass-through for money. Cash comes into the bank account temporarily, then it immediately goes to the painter's, paint store, gas station, and the insurance company, often leaving the owner with just enough to pay his personal bills. Without knowing your numbers, you're simply flying blind. Without financial systems, you'll never get ahead and stay there. Anxiety, stress, and low motivation. When you've been working at anything for years or even decades, it can get monotonous and boring. If that thing creates mountains of money, it can be exciting, or at least tolerable if you aren't passionate about it. However, when your occupation as a painting contractor is hectic or uncertain, and it's nowhere close to helping you become wealthy, it's simply demotivating. For most owners, men in particular, if your business is failing to meet your expectations, you feel like a failure on a personal level. When you have to have the, quote, money talk with your spouse and kids month after month or year after year because the business hasn't turned the corner yet, it's depressing. All this stress and anxiety takes a toll on you. It robs you of the motivation you need to explore solutions to your problems and to take actions to make changes. Wearing all the hats. As an owner, you've been the painter, estimator, operations manager, administrative assistant, crew leader, accountant, and gopher in your company. Today, you may still have all or most of these roles. Chances are you are really good at some of these roles, but you're terrible at others. In fact, you may not even perform some of these roles in your painting business for one simple reason: you don't know how. The standard journey for painting contractors is this: painter to crew leader to owner. Overnight, when you become a business owner, you now have sales, marketing, operations, management, leadership, financial, and administrative duties to perform. You may have no experience, education, or talent in some of these areas, yet they doggedly remain your responsibility. If you lack the background needed to succeed in any of these areas, you must recognize the problems, educate yourself on the solutions, develop the systems, and eventually hire the team that will bring strength to the areas that are your weaknesses. This allows you to focus on managing the business and do what you do well, not the things you hate. Unpredictable, expensive, and low quality leads. Nothing happens until someone requests an estimate. Without abundant leads, there is no work, no revenue, and no income for the owner. Yet increasingly, leads have become more expensive through online sources as big tech platforms switch to a complex pay-to-play model, often pitting one contractor against another in a bidding war to the bottom. Most of the time, these leads are tire kickers that simply waste your time and cost precious money. Word of mouth leads normally your most reliable source of steady work, are not only down this year, they are unpredictable. One week, you are booked with estimates. The next, the phone doesn't ring at all. This creates massive stress and uncertainty. All right. I have some of these problems, but who are you to tell me how to fix them? My name is Brandon Lewis, founder of the Academy for Professional Painting Contractors. With zero painting experience, I launched my painting business in 2008. I grew that company from flat broke to over 1 million in repaint sales and 20 employees during the worst recession since the Great Depression. In less than 5 years, I then went on to sell my business for over $440,000 in a still struggling economy. Admittedly, I made a lot of mistakes. I left too much money on the table. Often I dream of what could have happened if I knew then what I know now based upon my experience working with the wealthiest painters in the world. Since launching the APPC in 2014, I have had the pleasure of coaching over 500 franchised and independent painting contractors in 6 countries, ranging from startups to $50 million. I introduced our industry to much needed educational events like the annual Painting Profit Summit, the second largest gathering of independent painting contractors in the U.S., and it's been going for 8 years strong. In the last decade, I've developed comprehensive franchise-grade business systems that have been used by hundreds of painters to increase personal income and eliminate the day-to-day stress so many owners experience. As an author and speaker, my work has appeared in American Painting Contractor Magazine, Paint Contractor Magazine, InPaint Magazine, Professional Painting Contractor Magazine, and PCA educational outlets, just to name a few sources. Enough about me. Let me tell you about Tara. Tara Riley is the COO and scaling specialist here at the APPC. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else in the USA with a stronger track record of success in the painting industry. As the former president of Fresh Coat Painters, she led phenomenal growth, quadrupling revenues and tripling franchise growth in just under a decade. Tara Riley brings 35 years of executive experience in franchising and 15 plus in the painting and home services industries to the table. She is a verifiable powerhouse in driving business growth. With a rich background in various industries and a deep understanding of business scaling, Tara is now dedicated to empowering painting contractors at the APPC with top-tier strategies and tools for success. A certified franchise executive with an MBA in finance, Tara combines academic prowess with real-world experience to help your painting business reach new heights. With Tara and myself by your side, your future success is in good hands and in good company. Most painting contractors are only as strong as their weakest business system. On the weekends, I drive a fully restored 1972 Chevy Blazer. It is a first-generation SUV, and it is a head-turner. When you open up the hood of this vehicle, unlike modern-day cars, you can see everything clearly, and the individual parts are easy to access. You can plainly see an engine, carburetor, fan, radiator, starter, and battery. In fact, there's not much to it. It's all there and can easily be repaired or replaced if there's an issue. A painting business is exactly the same. It's simply a collection of simple parts or business systems. Each business system does something unique, producing a positive or a negative outcome, depending on how well they work or if they're even present. For example, your estimating systems control how accurate your estimates are and how quickly they can be produced. Your sales system controls your closing rates, average job size, and your ability to get the highest hourly charge rate. What we call the Ultimate Crew Leader packet helps crew leaders stay on budget, follow standard procedures, and close out projects without callbacks and high levels of customer satisfaction. A painting business's project scheduling and management system determines how easy it is to schedule projects, launch them, run them, and close them out without visiting the job or constantly babysitting painters. I could go on, but the bottom line is this. If your income is lower than you want, and if you feel like your company is disorganized, chaotic, and stressful, There is one cause. Many of your business systems are either absent or broken. A truck with a broken starter will not start or even turn over until you replace it. A car with missing tires may roll on the rims, but it's not going to be a smooth ride. If your ride is a little rough right now, or if you feel like your business is stalled, it's simply because your basic business systems need a tune-up. The formula that quickly fuels exponential growth for painting contractors. What are you good at? I mean, really good at. Your greatest strength, hands down. Is it sales or marketing? Maybe it's playing a musical instrument, raising your kids, or your faith walk. It could be physical fitness, cooking, or history. An area of your life where you have developed your greatest level of expertise. I'm not sure what your strengths are, but I'll bet you've got a good idea. If you'll indulge me, let me tell you what I'm good at, what I intimately know like the back of my hand, something I've studied for thousands and thousands of hours. It's a discovery that I have honed and crafted in the painting industry for 15 years, and it has transformed hundreds of lives. Until now, I've never revealed it in this manner. It's the life-changing process of complete combination coaching. It's the exact methodology we use in our high-performance peer groups, and today you're going to learn about it with me. The unique 5-factor combination that unlocks success in complete combination coaching. Chances are you can remember using a combination lock for your locker at school. You had to turn the lock a certain way, and only the exact combination in the exact order would provide you with access to what's inside. Unlocking success in your painting business works the same way. You see, it's the actions you take and the sequence you follow that determine how successful or unsuccessful you are. This 5-factor combination drastically increases the profitability of taking the kind of massive action that makes a lasting difference in your life and business, even if other methods have failed you. These are the 5 major components of complete combination coaching. Factor number 1, expert business diagnostic. Factor number 2, done-for-you business systems and tools. Factor number 3, optimized sequencing. Factor number 4, key performance indicator dashboard. And factor number 5, complete combination coaching. Let's look at each of these in more detail. Factor number 1, expert business diagnostic. Before any professional claims the ability to, quote, fix your business, they must first fully understand your company at the business systems level. Just as a physician must conduct a physical examination and run baseline laboratory results before prescribing a course of treatment, so must a coach thoroughly examine the business of his client. This understanding cannot be general in nature. It must be specific and granular. Failing to do this can result in serious malpractice. For example, without understanding operations and gross margins intimately, you may receive a recommendation to focus on marketing and sales, even if that isn't your most pressing problem at all. This type of recommendation would not only distract you from the real problem, but would make your financial situation worse. Many consultants and coaches only have one tool in their tool belt, and they lack the understanding needed to see your company holistically. Put another way, when all someone has is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. A business diagnostic conducted by a seasoned and proven professional can provide you a clear pathway to success, not an ambiguous feeling that you must simply, quote, do better without knowing exactly what to do. Here are the foundational elements for performing a business diagnostic that result in real traction toward achieving your goals. Talent and experience. In every profession, you have a top 10%, a bottom 10%, and everything in between. First, talent is the natural aptitude of an individual to succeed in their chosen profession. Not everyone who is a plumber, surgeon, or attorney is actually good at what they do, even if they have technically accumulated experience in that industry. Second, an individual may be talented at coaching, but fail to understand the painting industry's nuances and requirements. And there are many. A strategy that worked well in one industry could be detrimental in the painting industry. Focused on fundamentals. Not every discipline, business system, or metric is equally important in the painting business. Implementing select fundamental systems first can immediately add stability, increase profits, and eliminate your most onerous day-to-day problems quickly. Many programs major on the minors or spend time chasing bright and shiny objects that do not get to the root of poor business performance or untapped potential. You'll always make more money installing fundamental systems where none exist or upgrading poor performing systems that are essential versus tinkering with secondary or tertiary efforts that only yield minor improvements. Honest and client-centered. As a mentor, I have a fiduciary responsibility to do what's best for my clients and their businesses. Often this means telling the truth even when it's uncomfortable, even when the truth contradicts tightly held yet harmful beliefs that hold your clients back from success and happiness. It can be hard to sacrifice a toxic behavior, belief, or business practice in order to push past performance barriers. However, as a mentor, you must help your clients sacrifice a sacred cow from time to time, even if it's the owner's pet. Factor number 2, done for you business systems and tools. Could you imagine being a painter without having access to a brush, roller, or sprayer? What would your life be like without these tools? What would the results look like? Would you have to put paint on with your hands or an old mop? Perhaps you could spray the paint with a squirt gun? No, of course not. That's unworkable. Guess what? Just as there are essential and necessary tools for painting, there are indispensable tools for running a painting business. If you do not have these tools, or worse yet, don't even know what they are, that may be the number one cause of your current problems and the reason you aren't where you want to be. Here are the requirements for painting business systems and tools that actually work. Simple to understand. Many in the painting industry overcomplicate what needs to be done to succeed in our line of work, when in fact it is rather basic. Owners do not have time for elaborate theories that fail to produce results. Concepts must be easy to grasp and apply in everyday life. Easy to implement. If business systems are overcomplicated, laborious, or time-consuming, owners will not implement them. Further, if a painting contractor must invent something from scratch, the chances of expert implementation plummet. That's why our business systems are already done for you. You may not have decades of experience writing marketing messages, creating sales diagnostics, or producing cash flow projection sheets that guide your decision making, but we do. Because our tools and templates are fully developed, all you have to do is plug and play in your business. Proven to work in real life. Many things sound good in theory, yet deliver poor results in the field. Trying to apply a theory or a method that you picked up from a podcast or a book might sound wise, but how do you know if it will really work in your painting company? Our systems have been employed hundreds of times in every conceivable market to generate excellent, reproducible results. We do not treat you like a guinea pig for far-fetched ideas, but instead only provide you with tried and true approaches for creating the outcomes you desire. Factor number 3, optimized sequencing. No, everything is not of equal importance. There is a world of difference between what someone may find as interesting versus something that is integral for success. Further, your order of operations matters a great deal. We've all done something backward that caused us to redo a project we thought was already done. That's where knowing the optimal sequence for systems implementation gives you an amazing edge. Here's how I do it. Most to least important. When you paint a house, there is a sequence you follow to produce the best end result in the most efficient manner possible. You pressure wash, scrape, prime, and then paint. You never paint, scrape, and pressure wash in that order. If you did, you would get poor results and have unhappy clients. The exact same sequencing principle applies to implementing new or upgrading old business systems to change outcomes. Fastest to slower results. Every painting business has low-hanging fruit that can quickly be picked to produce a fast return on investment for the owner's efforts. Certain categories of business systems produce fast results and are also the most important. Focusing on implementation of fast and important systems first, then moving to secondary systems later, allows an owner to gain momentum and confidence while enjoying easy early wins. How the APPC uses a phased approach and complete combination coaching that gives you the biggest benefit in the shortest time. The APPC's course curriculum is delivered in a phased approach that progresses from systems that work quickly for large results to systems that are secondary. Here's a phased description of our current business system coursework. While this may change slightly as time progresses, the fundamentals are sound, unmoving, and proven to work without exception. Each individual course is a standalone toolkit. This means we go in depth to ensure you know exactly what to do in each discrete business system. Each course contains detailed audio and or video instruction, a manual and or a checklist, done-for-you templates and tools. Put another way, these are franchise-grade business systems, not casually offered advice that leaves you knowing what to do but not how to do it. Our coursework is easy to understand and fast to implement for results. Phase 1, stabilization and owner income growth. When owners come to me at first, they usually have very similar problems. They are struggling with managing their time and prioritizing projects. They're stressed by trying to maintain job profitability. Often they lack confidence in their persuasiveness of their sales process and find themselves constantly losing to price when they're up against chuck-in-a-truck painters. Further, consistent generation of high-quality repeat and referral business is a persistent problem. We solve these problems while leveraging fast opportunities in this initial phase of the business improvement process. Phase number 2, management, momentum, and macro metrics. Your crew leaders need structure, direction, and tools if they are to bring projects in on budget with high levels of customer satisfaction through their own efforts instead of requiring continuous hand-holding. Verbal instructions in a prayer never works, especially as your number of painters in the field grows. Scheduling projects and projecting start dates should not be a time-consuming or stressful process each day. Repeat and referral leads mean higher closing rates, lower marketing costs, and larger job sizes. So we must keep those rolling in all year long past phase 1. When you don't know your numbers, you'll always earn less than you should and lurch from one financial emergency to another. In this phase, we focus on empowering crew leaders, efficient scheduling, managing cash flow for higher incomes, and turning on a steady stream of repeat and referral business. Phase 3, incentivizing and managing crew members. Since you are in the business of buying labor wholesale and selling at retail for profit, you must manage and properly incentivize the painters you employ, whether they are employees or subcontractors, to create a self-policing culture of achievement. If you use the right business tools on each project, it can lead to another job right next door or through online research. Further, you can upsell services, which increases the size and profitability of each project on average. In phase 3, we equip you with the done-for-you business systems you need to control profits, drive new leads, and make your daily routines more predictable. Phase 4, recruiting and hiring crew members. Back in the old days, labor was easier to come by than it is today. The Great Recession of 2008, the government lockdowns of 2020, and the modern practice of paying able-bodied people to sit at home has decimated the trades from a labor availability standpoint. This means you have to work harder than ever before to assemble a competent, productive, and honest team. It means the old methods no longer work. In phase 4, we not only teach you how to write messages, use mediums, and develop processes to keep employment applications coming in, we also equip you with the tools to quickly screen applicants in advance for technical and non-technical skills. This helps you avoid the weeks or months of misery that follow bringing on a crew member that is nothing but trouble for your business. Phase 5, intentional revenue growth, administration, and safety. Homeowners are great sources of steady work, yet your average U.S. homeowner only manages 2,000 square feet of home. However, realtors, interior decorators, plumbers, roofers, gutter installers, cabinet shops, maid services, and floor installers are forever in front of hundreds of the exact same high-quality clients that you are. Imagine leveraging their client list, estimate opportunities, and relationships to drive leads to your business in a mutually beneficial fashion. As an owner, you probably wear too many hats already. Administrative assistants free up time with minimal risk and investment for a variety of repetitive and trainable tasks associated with marketing, sales, operations, and bookkeeping. Having a safety program is not just important for protecting your painters, but for saving you money in lost time accidents and preventing unnecessary legal or regulatory risk. In Phase 5, we provide members with a done-for-you safety program, B2B referral opportunities, and a chance to reclaim some of your time through strategic hiring. Phase 6, advanced sales, KPIs, and marketing accountability. Knowing your numbers isn't just about cash flow, job costing, and production rates, though these are foundational and critical. Holding sales, marketing, and operations accountable using other metrics is essential if you're to reach your maximum income goal with stability and peace of mind. Selling painting services isn't just about getting a signed contract either. It's about maximizing the opportunity on every visit with a client. This includes offering financing and additional services that may not be on the client's initial scope of work request. In Phase 6, we take your financial savvy to another level while helping you make the most of every sales opportunity. Phase 7, commercial repaint account acquisition and retention program. Commercial repaint accounts can offer your painting business with higher margins, larger projects, and ample recurring revenue. They can mean large windfalls in profit and income for you as an owner. When members use our proven tools for commercial prospecting and retention, they begin generating estimate request opportunities early, especially if the target audience is high quality and of adequate size. Adding commercial repaints is one of the easiest ways to scale your painting business faster. Phase 8, event marketing and expanding your A-team. No medium for marketing or sales is more powerful than those conducted in person. However, for marketing in particular, there are very few face-to-face opportunities where you can connect with multiple high-value prospects in a short period of time. Yet, at annual home shows, thousands of prospects can be engaged, identified, and converted into repeat and referral clients. There are also business expos and various gatherings of realtors, facility managers, or HOA directors in many markets. These are excellent opportunities to build a high-value list of prospects who have already warmed to you and your company because of a live personal interaction. You can also manufacture your own face-to-face marketing opportunities with these same audiences using food truck campaigns by creating your own event and meet prospects where they work. Excellent examples include commercial property management companies, facility management departments, and real estate offices with many high-producing agents. As your company scales, you must begin to hire specialized roles. After hiring an administrative assistant, your most critical hires are estimators and operations managers. Yet, without the right tools and systems, it is easy to make an expensive mistake on a bad hire. Further, without proper management processes, you'll never see their full potential. In Phase 8, we empower you to grow your team and take advantage of amazing opportunities that are right in your backyard. The APPC's phased approach is a simple, proven method for solving your most complex challenges, leaving nothing left to chance. As you can see by the coursework, it's extensive, wide-ranging, and comprehensive. This isn't a collection of random podcasts, seminars, or YouTube videos that leaves you more confused than confident. This isn't a useless series of unverifiable suggestions in a painter contractor group on Facebook, most of which would leave you broke. Nope, this is a franchise-grade collection of done-for-you business systems. Systems that can make you a fortune. Strategies that can unlock the success you've always dreamed about. The thing that pushes you past your best year and sets a new level for your own expectations. Knowledge, after all, is power. Factor 4, Key Performance Indicator Dashboard. Airplane pilots are forever looking at their dashboards. Gauges turn, lights blink, and messages are generated that communicate important information to the pilot. When you try to fly a plane without the use of an instrument panel, it's called flying blind. Well, flying blind is dangerous in an airplane, and it's equally deadly in running a painting business. Yet so many owners fly blind daily, forever running into one problem only to crash into another hours later. All the time, they are flying past opportunities for wealth and prosperity, wondering why they can't make sound decisions to manage their companies. In order to make any good decisions and lead your business, you must have the data. But not just any data should be on your dashboards. Here is what you need. Metrics that matter. Some metrics are as essential to the health of your business as your heart rate or blood pressure measurements are for your body. Others are far less important. The goal is to identify and track the macro metrics that are indicative of the current health of your painting business within your most essential operations, sales, marketing, finance, hiring, and administrative systems. Made for management. Often, painters try to use standard accounting tools like default income statements downloaded from QuickBooks to draw conclusions and make decisions. However, these types of reports are rarely helpful for everyday decision making or management. They are made more for the IRS and tax purposes than running a painting business. That's why the presentation of metrics must allow an owner, at a glance, to spot problems, opportunities, and high performance indicators. Real-time data. Looking at last week or last month's data can help you make plans and bring insights, but it isn't helpful for managing your business or projects in the moment. Some data is so essential for the proper management of a painting business that it needs updating daily and be readily available for continuous review. This process need not be complicated or time-consuming, but it must be done with clockwork regularity. Factor number 5, customized coaching solutions. Every painting contractor is at a different stage of development and requires specific changes in their business if they are to maximize income while reducing stress in the scaling process. Further, every owner has a preferred mode of learning and accountability. For this reason, the APPC has 3 coaching programs you can choose from. Option number 1, APPC Gold Membership Group Coaching. The Gold Membership Program is like getting a master's degree in running a painting business profitably online, yet you have one-on-one interactions with your instructor, monthly group coaching, monthly training, and access to all the tools and systems you need to succeed. Who's the best fit for the Gold program? Personality type. Self-motivated and disciplined, but in need of mentorship, direction, tools, and processes. Current business systems, many missing or those in need of upgrades. Annual revenue, startup to 1.5 million. Accountability level, low or medium high for those opting to join the Gold Fast Implementation peer group. Preference for working, mainly self-directed, but with some one-on-one and group coaching assistance. Optional peer group. You have the option to join the Gold Fast Implementation Peer Group to help you walk through your first year of coursework implementation, but it requires 1 year of commitment. Gold members are not required to join this group. What's included in the Gold Group Coaching Membership? APPC's unique 8-phase approach of 34 courses, tools, and systems. 1 60-minute business diagnostic and written game plan. 2 30-minute quick start and accountability sessions with Brandon Lewis or Tara Riley. Monthly group coaching screen share. Monthly training on essential and advanced business systems. Done for you at home monthly newsletter. KPI dashboard for metrics comparison. Fast implementation group only. Member discounts to the Painting Profits Summit. Pricing, $9.97 to enroll, $3.97 a month thereafter, 30 days after enrolling. Time commitment, no minimum time commitment unless enrolling in the optional Gold Fast Implementation Group. Guarantee, 60-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Option number 2, high performance peer groups. High performance peer groups include all the Gold membership benefits plus quite a few others. This program is about iron sharpening iron among other peers who are in similar stages of business development and earnings. In this group, you can see firsthand how your metrics compare to other painting companies of your size. Further, you can find solutions to your toughest problems by leveraging the wisdom and knowledge of the group dynamic. This program is about building enduring relationships and getting out of the isolating grind so many owners face. If you're looking for a real sense of community, acceptance, and understanding, this is the program for you. Who's the best fit for high-performance peer groups? Personality type. Needs greater accountability and community involvement. Current business systems. Some basic business systems firmly in place. Annual revenue, $300,000 or higher. Accountability level, high. Preference for working in a structured group setting with guidance and direction. What's included in the High Performance Peer Group membership? APPC's unique 8-phase approach of 34 courses, tools, and systems, 1 60-minute business diagnostic and written game plan with Tara Riley, 2 annual strategy and planning sessions to stay on track, 2 annual in-person retreats with the peer group, monthly one-on-one peer accountability partner meetings, monthly peer group meetings in KPI benchmark session, monthly training on essential and advanced business systems, done for you at home monthly newsletter, member discounts to the Painting Profits Summit. Pricing, $9.97 to enroll, $7.97 per month, 30 days after enrolling. Time commitment, 12-month commitment. Guarantee, 60-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Option number 3, Platinum One-on-One Coaching. Platinum One-on-One Coaching is the highest level of membership at the APPC and the most effective way for an owner to implement proven strategies that work in the shortest amount of time. In this program, you get personalized attention from Brandon Lewis or Tara Riley on a bi-monthly basis. Plus, you get a written 30-day plan each month detailing the exact projects and next action items you need to complete. If you're looking for the highest level of accountability and the fastest path for higher profits and scaling your business, this is the number 1 option for you. Who's the best fit for Platinum One-on-One Coaching? Personality type. Wants consistent accountability from a proven executive level professional. Current business systems. Basic business systems firmly in place. Annual revenue, $500,000 or higher. Accountability level, very high. Preference for working with structured one-on-one direction. What's included in the Platinum One-on-One Coaching membership? APPC's unique 8-phase approach of 34 courses, tools, and systems. one 90-minute comprehensive 11-point business system diagnostic and written game plan with Tara Riley or Brandon Lewis, 2 monthly meetings, 45-minute strategy session, 30-minute check-in implementation call, monthly written 30-day plan, monthly training on essential and advanced business systems, done-for-you at-home monthly newsletter, member discounts to the Painting Profit Summit. Pricing, $1,497 to enroll, $1,497 per month thereafter. Time commitment, 12 months. I need help, and I'm very interested in this complete combination coaching approach. So, how does it work? All your frequently asked questions answered. Question: how do we start the process? Your first step in complete combination coaching begins with an expert 60-minute business systems and goals diagnostic. During this meeting, we will first take an in-depth look at your marketing, sales, operations, management, admin, and finance systems. Reviewing these systems will allow us to pinpoint the areas in your business where you can gain the greatest increases in personal income in the shortest amount of time. Secondly, we'll examine the problem areas of your day-to-day operations, the things that drive you crazy and seem to rob you of happiness in your company. Third, we will help you set realistic and achievable life and income goals. Focusing on systems, problems, and goals will help us identify exactly what you should do, how you should do it, and in what sequence for maximum benefit. At this time, we'll also work to determine which customized coaching program is right for you given your personality, needs, and stage of development. Call 423-800-0520 or email brandon@paintersacademy.com to schedule your complimentary diagnostic. Question: what's my minimum personal time commitment for implementation? Poor painters use their calendars as sponges, constantly rearranging their schedule last minute for the benefit of their customers and employees, yet never for themselves. Wealthy painters use their calendars as shields. They protect their time from being wasted on low-value activities through priority scheduling, time blocking, and saying no to distractions and time-wasting people. You see, all painters have the exact same amount of time each week. However, the wealthy painters use that time differently. They first set aside time each week to implement strategies and systems that improve their business and financial standing. Second, they calendar run-of-the-mill business activities around their high-value commitments. Put another way, they put first things first. In our program, we ask members to pre-schedule 4 consecutive hours each week that's 100% focused on implementing business systems. The more time you spend, the faster you'll reach your goal. If you spend less time, you'll reach your goals slower. In the end, the pace you choose to set is your own. Question: what if I've tried other coaching programs, but they were ineffective? Over the past decade, my view of what it takes to inspire, motivate, and equip owners of painting businesses to succeed has changed. It has evolved and matured. Successfully coaching painting contractors in a way that reliably produces exceptional results for owners is challenging. It's not a puzzle that is quickly solved. In fact, it took me a decade of experimenting before I happened upon the perfect formula, the combination that unlocks the door for massive implementation. I've been lucky enough through my experience to mentor scores of painters who came from other coaching programs or courses. When I conduct business diagnostics for these owners, only to discover that the basic business systems are missing, it baffles me. Often, it's not just that the basics were not implemented, they were never even referenced or taught in the coursework. Some coaching programs only focus on financials and peer groups, never offering done-for-you tools that can be immediately implemented. Others are primarily about using subcontractors and canvassing, yet fail to instruct on sound operations. And some are more interested in telling owners what they want to hear rather than what actually works. Those are the saddest programs of all, and I cannot tell if this is done out of ignorance, malpractice, or both. None of these incomplete approaches works really well. None are comprehensive, so they leave important things out. In fact, they leave out the most important aspect, the fulfillment that comes from measurable achievement. It is the 5 factors found in complete combination coaching that give any owner who will set aside a little time and work diligently the absolute best opportunity to unlock the secrets of building wealth in our lucrative industry. The elements of expert business diagnostics, done for you business systems and tools, optimized sequencing, KPI dashboards, and customized coaching solutions are what make it easiest for any owner to triumph over past failures. When elements are missing, it simply makes it much harder for an owner to succeed. Not that you couldn't or didn't make progress before, but rather you left so much potential on the table because the coaching program structure was not complete. So, if you've fallen short of the mark, do not worry about the past. Do not be anxious for tomorrow, for it will be worried for itself. Sufficient for the day is the trouble thereof. You cannot go back in time, but you can make a new start today. You can take bold action now, and you undoubtedly should. Why not call today? Question: what if I don't have my accounting and financial numbers together like I should? What if I don't have any data at all? If you are missing important financial data or are months behind in your bookkeeping, that's not a large or uncommon obstacle. In fact, most painting contractors who come to us have little data they can share, often none at all. They know they should be tracking something, yet they do not know what to track, how to track it, or when to review it. Others have a jumble of QuickBooks data that is not very helpful at all for making day-to-day decisions or managing a company. That's normal from what we've experienced. Our job is to provide you with the key concepts, defined metrics, training, and most importantly, the done-for-you financial tools that will allow you to quickly and easily start tracking your essential data points. This process isn't complicated or time-consuming. We will walk you through it step by step. Before you know it, tracking your numbers will be something you do in a few minutes each day without really even thinking about it. You'll be able to look at your KPI dashboard and know, within moments, if you need to take a new action or stay the course. Financial literacy and knowledge are powerful in business. We'll teach you the disciplines and practices needed to excel in this area, even if you've never done it before. Question: what's the term commitment for joining the group? By now, you may have noticed something about life. The best things take consistent effort and don't happen overnight. While you will make significant returns on investment in your first 30 days of complete combination coaching, you cannot complete the entire journey in a few days. Our Gold program has no minimum time commitment, though we do ask those who join the optional Gold Fast Implementation Peer Group to commit to 1 year for the sake of group stability and continuity. High-performance peer groups and Platinum coaching both require a minimum year of commitment for acceptance. This is a journey of commitment, not just to your future, but the future of the group members and the families and employees they lead. Question: do you offer any guarantees? Our ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee, your success assured. In the spirit of true commitment to your success, we offer our unconditional 60-day money-back guarantee in our Gold group coaching and high-performance peer group programs. We're not just confident in our program, we are unwaveringly certain that it will create significant growth and permanent transformation in your painting business. If you do the work, you'll reap the rewards quickly. However, this guarantee makes your investment 100% risk-free. Note: Platinum one-on-one coaching time is non-refundable. Question: will there be other painters in my area in this group? Our exclusive, no competitors, metro market promise. When you participate in high-performance peer groups or Platinum one-on-one coaching, You're not just gaining access to wealth of knowledge and experience, you're also entering an exclusive zone of opportunity. We understand the importance of maintaining a competitive edge, which is why we require a no competitors metro market policy for these two programs. Once your area is taken, there can be no other painting contractors in your high performance peer group or to work with the same coach in platinum one-on-one coaching. This protects the unique advantages you'll gain and ensures confidentiality. In the Gold membership program, there is no prohibitions against painters being in the same market area. In truth, most painters will only encounter a competitor 1 out of every 50 estimates. In the end, it's a non-issue. Question: can I afford the cost? It's funny to me. No, sad really when I think about it. Most painting contractors are hypersensitive about the costs they can see. They often think, wrongly, that every investment they make simply detracts from their income. They would spend an hour on the phone arguing with the paint store about a bill that was $10 too high. Yet there is a major cost that most often goes uncounted. It's the real expensive and regret-causing cost of inaction. The cost of acting or not acting like a typical painter as you go about your daily business life. What kind of cost is it? Opportunity costs. The highest cost that's rarely measured or even known about. When you don't do job costing or use production rates, you lose hundreds or thousands of dollars per job because of large estimating variances or poor labor management. If your sales system is the standard email a PDF and pet the dog process commonly used in our industry, you are losing thousands of dollars on each estimate visit. As you fail to communicate with past clients properly, you sacrifice larger project sizes, higher closing rates, and lower marketing costs. It robs you of equity, momentum, and tens of thousands in income each month. Yet, most painters do not count these costs. The majority don't even know they're real. Why? Because opportunity costs do not come in the form of a mailed invoice. They're not on your credit card statement to be reviewed. No. Opportunity cost can only be counted or calculated by someone with the business expertise to know they are even there. Someone who knows if you don't do this, you're going to lose this and that much weekly or monthly. The cost of our program pales in comparison to the opportunity cost from running a painting business with broken and missing systems. If you only find 2 extra jobs, or raise your closing rate slightly, or improve your gross profits marginally, or develop 1 B2B referral relationship, or land 1 commercial repaint account, or hire 1 all-star painter because of your membership, you'll more than pay for your time and money. There are many, many easy paths to an immediate ROI. As you look at the low price of our program, know this: it's cheaper than going to a junior college for a semester of coursework you can't use in painting. This program is 100% tailored to repaint contractors. If you are a painting contractor and you make your living in this industry, you would be foolish not to spend some period of your life educating and equipping yourself to excel in the business end of the business. The risk is almost non-existent, but the potential for gain is limitless. If you land 1 or 2 additional projects because of our systems, you will pay for any membership level in advance several times over. In fact, you'll do much better than that by far. It's a no-brainer. Question: how do I apply to see if I qualify and it's a good fit? Your journey begins by filling out a brief application form. This form is designed to help us understand your business, your goals, and the challenges you are facing. Our objective is to ensure that our group is the right environment for you to thrive. We look for members who are as committed to their growth as we are supporting them. After your application is reviewed initially, we conduct your 60-minute business system and goals diagnostic. This process will provide you with a wealth of undiscovered insight and will help you identify your largest problems and biggest opportunities. You'll also walk away with actionable items to implement immediately. Based upon this assessment and a casual conversation, we'll decide to move forward or simply part as friends. No pressure. 3 roads lie ahead, and your choice is entirely up to you. In business, the beauty is this: you're the boss. As the boss, you get all the rewards for excellent performance. You get all the penalties for mistakes and inaction. Every decision that happens in the business, even if you don't make it, is still your responsibility. If you've read this far, your painting company is not 100% where you want to be. It may be at 75%, or it may not be anywhere close to what you've envisioned and hoped for. You know you need to do something, and this opportunity sounds unique and appealing. However, at this moment, you aren't quite sure. Since we've worked with hundreds of painting contractors in this exact frame of mind, let me map out the 3 most common roads taken by painters who know something needs to be done, but they aren't firmly decided. Option number 1, do nothing. Doing nothing is always an option. After all, making a lot of difficult decisions and welcoming accountability can be a real mental challenge. Sometimes, when you do nothing, things actually improve. But if you do nothing, let me ask you a few questions. Please answer honestly. No one else will hear the answers in your mind. Are you making more profits than you were 2 years ago? Do you have more or less free time than you did 2 years ago? Is it easier or harder to get the help you need than it was 2 years ago? What's the busy season going to look like if you don't fix these problems? How much longer do you want to be generating less profit, working harder, and finding it more difficult to recruit the painters you need to get the jobs done on budget? Could things get a little better if you do nothing? Take no action? Maybe you have a large job that lands in your lap. Perhaps you hire a fantastic crew leader who really makes a difference in your company. Those things could happen and would make a slight improvement for the year, possibly a big change. However, in reality, good things and bad things can both happen through inaction. Yet, they are most often only small, marginal improvements or detriments to your business. Further, if there are fundamental and underlying business system difficulties that are causing your lost opportunities or problems, doing nothing will not change the outcomes. Instead, the cycle simply repeats because that's all that can happen. Since we've been doing this for over a decade, we occasionally conduct a second business diagnostic months or years after the first diagnostic for painters who have decided to do nothing after we meet. Because things change over time, we can't use the old diagnostic data. We need to get fresh eyes on their company systems and financials so we know what's going on today, not months or years ago. Here's the sad truth about those second business diagnostic reviews: 90% of the time, nothing has changed except that precious time has elapsed. If you have any sort of timetable in your mind for reaching your goals, doing nothing is unlikely to get you to your desired destination. Based on my experience, painters who do nothing have nothing to show after decades in this industry. However, if you aren't that concerned about the state of your business, doing nothing may be the option you choose. True motivation is needed for lasting, meaningful advancement. Option number 2, do it alone, by yourself. Chances are, to some degree or another, you're already doing this. Maybe you like surfing YouTube for business advice, or podcasts might be your thing. Undoubtedly, you've read several books that have made a difference in your mindset and business philosophy. Going it alone, as long as you are taking action, typically beats doing nothing by a wide margin, with few exceptions. Yet, setting out on a business improvement journey all alone can leave you with more questions than answers. Is the advice I'm getting good? Is this the most important thing I could be doing right now? I created this business process from scratch. Is it working well, or is there a better approach? I've got so much I could do. What order should I do it in? I know I need to fix this particular part of my business, but that's not my strong suit. What do I do? Doing it by yourself beats doing nothing all day long. Yet, in most cases, this leads to doing unimportant things while critical elements remain unaddressed. It creates half-baked systems based on incorrect assumptions, and worst of all, There's the paralyzing uncertainty that comes from doing anything from scratch and wondering if it's right. But a few painters who have a natural knack for business achievement can do great things with this method. You must simply ask yourself, do I feel like I'm that person? Finally, what's your time worth? Really? How long is it going to take you to learn the lessons of me, Brandon Lewis, who has built and sold a painting business, coached more than 500 painters, and is known as the #1 marketing and sales expert in the painting industry? And how long will it take to also learn the lessons of Tara, who started her career at McDonald's, has been a leader of one of the #1 franchises in the painting industry, and has been a lifelong team builder and business growth expert? If time is money, and it is, can you afford to spend yours reinventing the wheel? Option number 3, get help through our unique complete combination coaching process. Your goals dictate the methods required for success. When you set high measurable goals that are different from your current position, it is very difficult to reach them by doing nothing or going it alone. Further, if your goals are tied to a deadline or a future date, new methods must be used to make greater changes in less time with more certainty around outcomes. Just as every major athlete has a diet, exercise, and drill regimen directed by a team of experts and high-achieving peers, you need the same support network and pathway to be a major league player in the painting business. Our promise to you is simple. If you make steady, consistent efforts toward implementing the systems and recommendations we provide, you will see a positive return on investment quickly. That ROI will dwarf the small financial outlay on your part. We can make this promise so confidently because we have seen success snatched from the jaws of defeat with unrelenting regularity. If you follow the program, it works every single time, and will be right by your side along with your peers every step of the way. Plus, if you were to get these franchise-grade resources by purchasing a painting franchise, you would spend upwards of $100,000 plus forever royalties. Our coursework is a phenomenal value for independent painters. What's my next step? By now, you understand something obvious. There needs to be a change in your painting business. Maybe you're struggling to get by and really need financial and personal stability. Perhaps you've achieved great things, but you're up against an unseen obstacle that's keeping you from reaching the next level of success. Perhaps you are looking to hand down a legacy to your family in your painting business, but right now the company is not at its best. Or you could simply be sick and tired of working your tail off while never seeing the income and wealth benefits you know are available. Maybe the day-to-day stress and chaos has finally become unbearable. I do not know your exact situation, but the circumstances listed above are common in our industry. I've heard the stories time and time again, and the tales are predictable and sadly almost always the same. There is no shame in not knowing what to do. There's no shame in making mistakes because you'll learn from them. However, there is ample shame in failing to act once you've determined your business is broken or in need of serious upgrades. You and your family both deserve the peace and predictability that comes from financial security. You deserve the free time and tranquility gained from knowing your company isn't going to fall apart if you take a long vacation. Every day should not be a mad dash of frustrating firefighting. That's no way to work, and certainly no way to live. If that's your situation, something is wrong. Don't ignore the obvious signs that you may need help. If you want to live a different life, a better life as a painting contractor, I firmly feel you should seriously explore enrolling in this program today. With our unique and unbeatable complete combination coaching approach, you stand the very best chance of succeeding even if previous efforts have missed the mark. If you're ready to take the next step, please contact us using the information below. We are eagerly awaiting your call. Wishing you the very best. Sincerely, Brandon Lewis, MBA, CEO and founder, Painters Academy. Brandon, at paintersacademy.com. Tara Riley, COO and Scaling Specialist, Painters Academy. Tara at paintersacademy.com. You can reach us by phone 423-800-0520. P.S. I've told this to all my best members and students for years. Wealth is attracted to speed of implementation, and it is repelled by sloth and indecision. It has never been truer than today in an uncertain economy. Indecision and delay are deadly to your income. Now is the time to safeguard what you have built, make it stronger, and use the new foundation to springboard you to greater success, the kind of success that can't be shaken by outside circumstances. If you're ready to make that journey, we are ready to help you. Contact us now. Email Brandon at paintersacademy.com or call 423-800-0520.